Hello, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Who Won Wednesday. It's back. Oh, I missed it last week. We didn't do one of these, Larson.
I know, we were on vacation.
We didn't have the opportunity to spread the poison.
No!
The filth.
Positivity. Here's the thing. There's enough negativity in this world of ours. Let's bring some positivity to it. What do you say?
Sure, why not?
Wednesday nights is a great night to be a wrestling fan. You get a bit of everything and a whole lot of good stuff. Let's be thankful and be happy for that instead of being negative about it. What does negative get you? Nothing.
Money.
No, it doesn't. Let's talk ratings first. Guess what? AEW, back on top, baby.
Yeah, but not by much. Not by much. This week it was...
W the W.
This week... Now you're choosing sides?
Oh,
look at that. Okay. So this week in the ratings...
From the perspective of AEW wins the win. I have no stake in any of this.
AEW. Back up on top, like you said. A significant increase from last week. Evidently, all the young kids were out partying last week, and that's why they took such a drastic tumble.
Yeah.
Back up this week to 851,000. NXT hot on its heels with 845,000.
Wins the win.
So anyways, I think they'd both be happy if this is their floor, and they both have a lot they can build on from that. So that's cool. So yeah, there you go. Those are the ratings. But whatever. We're going to talk about quality, Larson. Quality.
We're actually talking about who actually won the show. No, ratings don't really matter. Let's do some matchups. What do you say?
I think that's a great idea.
All right, opening matches, both shows in All Elite Wrestling. You had the Young Bucks and Dustin taking on XLAX and Sami Guevara over on NXT. Peter Dune, Killian Dane. Who won this matchup of matches?
This is the PWG match. I'm a big fan of Pete Dunne. I like Killian Dane just fine, but the opener for AEW was a ton of fun. The Young Bucks and Dustin. Dustin moves around, by the way, like he's 23 years old. It's absolutely insane. X-Lax and Sami Guevara. I thought they were doing a lot of fun stuff. A lot of people are pointing at Sami Guevara and saying, why did you try that shooting star press when there was nobody there? And then he had another video angle that he showed people on Twitter from a fan video where Matt Jackson indeed was on the ground waiting for that shooting star press, and then he hopped right up. Yeah. I honestly thought it'd be funny. The fact that the story was he was vlogging, not paying attention to anything. Maybe there had been a guy there minutes before.
I mean, it still kind of is that story. He was more concerned vlogging than paying attention to what Matt Jackson was doing. That's the story. So that's character development in the match. That's the kind of storytelling I like from All Elite Wrestling. They totally won this particular matchup, the opening match. PWG style, non-stop action for 12 minutes. Fantastic. Dustin truly is the natural. He's 50-something years old, moves around like he's in his 20s. Man, hell of a showing for him.
Absolutely.
Great stuff.
Next.
AEW wins this one.
Next. I agree with that. Next. Trent, formerly known as Trent Beretta. Versus Phoenix.
Yeah.
Or over there on NXT, we had the returning Kushida versus Raul Mendoza. Not so fast. Cameron Grimes.
Yes, Trevor Lee.
I'm sorry. This was worth it just for this wins alone on Trevor Lee and Cameron Grimes taking Raul Mendoza out of this match with a, what does he call it?
Cave-in.
A cave-in out of nowhere. That was Kushida's reaction to it. And the match was good. Like, it was a decent match. Kushida came away with a win, but it didn't look, Cameron Grimes looked too bad because it was like a roll-up thing. To me, NXT wins this. Trent versus Phoenix. It's a fine match, but you know who's going to win as soon as it was announced. And the match really wasn't all that spectacular anyways.
Tie for me.
Really?
Yeah, both pretty basic matches. Nothing really to write home about. Yeah, Grimes getting himself into there was pretty funny, but yeah, I don't think one did any more than the other to distinguish itself. So that's a tie for me.
All right. Moving on AEW had Cody dropping a promo about a lot of stuff. His wife.
MJF.
He
truck.
Offered a bunch of money and a watch.
And truck.
He talked about the Butcher, the Blade, and the Bunny.
Yeah.
So he covered a wide variety of topics.
Yeah, he had it on his mind.
And then over there on NXT, we had the Undisputed Era, and then
later Keith Lee, their interactions. Yes.
Yeah, that was good. That was really good. I would. Where do you put this one? You go first on this one.
Cody's promo, man. There's more to it.
Yeah.
There's a lot to it, in fact.
But there is too much to it. I'll give this one a tie because Cody's really good on the mic, and he does a really good job firing up the bass. Whenever he likes to throw cheap shots in at NXT for whatever reason. But over there you got Keith Lee licking his chops over all the Undisputed Era's titles.
Yeah, let's give it a slight edge to AEW in this one. Slightest.
Yeah, all right, well.
Slightest.
I'll give it a tie, but yeah. After that, we had Nyla Rose versus Leva Bates.
One squash match.
Or the Forgotten Sons versus Leon Ruff and Alanis.
Adrian Alanis. I'm giving the edge. Man, there's two great spots going head-to-head. You got Nyla Rose powerbombing a ref and Shayna through the table. And then you have Jackson Riker choke slamming Leon Ruff on the apron. I'll say this. I marked out pretty huge over the choke slam, but when Nyla Rose powerbombed Rick Knox and then Shayna on top of him, I almost lost my mind. AEW gets the edge here.
Yeah, I'm going to give this edge to AEW, and it's not even close. I think that chokeslam looked downright unsafe. And the Nyla Rose stuff, I mean, look, it's wrestling, nothing's really safe, but like, I thought it was very well executed. I thought she looked great against not one person, Leva Bates, not another person, Peter Avalon, not another person, Shayna, not another person, the ref. I thought she looked great against all of them. I thought that this week, we didn't really talk about this in our recap, but this week in AEW really did go a long way towards building up that women's division. Signing Chris Statlander, she had a great performance.
Outstanding. Establishing
that new faction, the Nightmare Collective. And they didn't even have their world champion there.
Nope.
So I thought that was all really good.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I think more than anything, this Nyla Rose thing, it had the Britt Baker challenge. I thought that was funny. I thought it was like, hey, we're the underdog, and I personally do believe, and Sean Ross Sapp actually verified this through his sources, that the NXT thing, the Britt Baker thing, was an accident.
Yeah.
The director didn't typically work NXT or just know who Britt Baker was.
Yeah, it was an accident.
And Triple H told him to move off as soon as she was there.
Yeah, no, I saw that too.
But still, I think it's good to make fun of it. I think it was a clever bit. I don't think there was any harm intended. I thought it was funny. I thought Excalibur shouting out, knowing that Excalibur and Adam Cole, not Adam Rose, not a rosebud, and Adam Cole are like friends. Him shouting out to Britt Baker, oh, it's Adam Cole's girlfriend. I thought it was funny. I thought it was good.
Yeah, it was totally fun.
So I'll give the edge to AEW there. I have no problem with that. Next over there in AEW, we had Chris Jericho's promo where he brings back the list, the Lexicon, whatever he wants to call it.
Kind of.
And then over there, and then we got the match set up with the Jungle Express. Is that what they're called?
Yeah. Jurassic Express. Yeah, where Jungle Boy is Jericho's next challenger, and then over on NXT, we were supposed to get Dakota Kai versus Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley pulled a fast one. Dakota Kai outrun to Mia Yim. We got a brawl,
sweatpants.
But also set up Rhea versus Shayna next week.
I'm going to totally Jericho gets this. He brought back the list.
Yeah, I know.
What's old is new, man.
I know.
I like the old classics. Let him do greatest hits. It's totally fine.
He about mentioned Marty Scurll.
He mentioned Marty
Scurll.
Scurll.
AJ Styles amongst a bunch of other people. Yeah, it's got to be AEW.
And on top of that, I really do like when AEW, they use their top guys to bring up some, the lower card guys to spotlight what their future is going to be.
Totally.
I wish that, I think that's a really good move. And on top of that, you had Jake Hager in his maroon.
It was incredible.
70s getup.
It was like something Jack Horner would have worn.
Yes, yeah, that was great.
He was pretty impeccably dressed man there.
So yeah, I'll give the edge to AEW.
Agreed. Let's move on to.
And I thought the Rhea Ripley stuff was kind of awkward.
It was awkward.
It didn't really make a lot of sense.
The delivery of it wasn't the best.
Yeah.
Moving on next on AEW, Chris Statlander in her solo debut on AEW, I believe, taking on Hikaru Shida. And over on NXT, Xia Li versus Shayna Baszler. Going into that match on NXT, you knew exactly who was going to win. Whereas on AEW, the winner was a surprise. The match was outstanding. You had the angle at the end where somebody got their head shaved via Nightmare Collective.
Picture-in-picture.
A lot more going on AEW. And Chris Statlander establishing herself as a star on AEW. That wins, in my mind, easily.
I don't even think it's close. Yeah, like you said, everything you just said, I'll just copy and paste that. Xia Li, you knew going into that she'd have a good showing, and she did. It was a pretty short match. Shayna ended up winning. It was not. There was no drama.
Really.
No drama there.
No drama.
So yeah, and then everything you just said about Statlander being a star, she's great. Hikaru Shida's great.
Yes.
And then the Nightmare Collective stuff I thought was pretty good. So yeah, I'll give the edge to AEW there as well. Next, we had, oh man, over on AEW, Christopher Daniels versus Pentagon Jr. with probably the botch of the month. It was just sometimes botches are so silly looking, you can't stop watching them.
I know, they look like intentional pratfalls.
Yeah, right?
That was the case here.
Versus Matt Riddle and Cassius Ohno, the wrestling genius, Genius over there on NXT. This isn't even close.
No.
This isn't even close. Matt Riddle, Cassius Ohno put on a clinic on NXT.
Yeah, it was a fun match.
I thought this was, if not a takeover level match, pretty damn close to a takeover level match. I thought it was great. I thought Chris Daniels, Pentagon Jr. Just wasn't.
They weren't clicking.
They were not.
Even outside the botch, it wasn't really clicking
They
that well.
weren't really clicking. No,
Anyways, let's move on. Main event.
Why didn't the rest of SCU come out with Daniels?
I think other things going on. I don't know.
He had to do his own. They weren't on. He had to do his own like singing intro thing.
Don't want to tell you, man. Maybe he want to take care of his business himself. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess.
Next on NXT,
Main event time.
The Undisputed Era taking on Keith Lee, Dominic Dijakovic, and Tommaso Ciampa on AEW. Main event of Joey Janela versus Jon Moxley. Again, like the Mox-Janela match picked up especially towards the end. However, gotta give it the edge NXT here. I don't think it's that close. That main event was awesome. Everything that happened at the end was awesome. Anytime you get Regal coming out and announcing matches, that's awesome. Finn Balor, like basically growling, awesome. It was a great way to end the show. That one spot.
Keith Lee pinned the champ.
Yeah, that was great. That one spot at the end of the AEW match where Janela puts Mox to the table, that was cool. Not enough to save the match otherwise, though. NXT wins this one. Yeah,
no, I'm in total agreement. I had a giant smile on my face the entire time during that NXT main event. The Janela Mox thing, I spent like 5 minutes mat-based wrestling. I'm not really into that. Yeah, I thought it was going to be like a crazier match, and it really wasn't. Save for that one spot. The NXT match was absolutely spectacular. They're firing on all cylinders these days. Oh man, as far as who won, I mean, I think, I don't know. Like, I'm a bigger fan of NXT, so it's hard for me to go away from that. At best, it's a tie, but I'd probably say AEW.
It's a tie.
You think it's a tie?
I think it's a tie. I don't think either show did enough to separate itself from its competition. Therefore, tie.
Yeah.
That's my feeling. There's good on both. Some stuff on both shows didn't exactly work perfectly. I feel like it's a tie.
Yeah.
I think the ratings are spot on in terms of the being an indicator of the quality of the show.
Yeah, but AEW won. I'm going to give it to AEW. I think that I'll put it this way. NXT had more things that were just sort of like the Shayna Xia Li thing. Did we really need that? The Rhea Ripley thing was awkward. Did we need that Forgotten Sons match? We didn't need that. Whereas over on AEW, the only thing that really was a fart was the Chris Daniels match. Like, that's the only thing, and even that had its own level of entertainment going for it. So I'm going to give the edge to AEW.
Wow,
I think they're setting. I know, right? They're setting up, some stories, and I think they're doing a fairly effective job of it. We even got like a Butcher Blade Bunny promo. If you went to social media, you can see MJF's response to Cody, and that was pretty good.
That was good.
So this week, by and large, I'll just give it to AEW. Why not?
I feel like if there was a little less talk on AEW, I might have enjoyed it.
See, that's why I think they got the edge. That's why they got the edge. They need to talk more, man.
No, there's a little too much talking.
All right, anyways. Hey, listen, everybody. If you liked AEW or NXT this week, or if you liked Who Won Wednesday or anything in the world, hit that like button right now, and be sure to hit the little notify bell, or hit subscribe and the notify bell, and then click on all to make sure you always get your new Going In Raw notifications. And of course, let us know who you thought won in the comments, and be sure to keep it positive, everybody.
Yeah.
It's wrestling. It's so much fun.
Just
Wednesdays
be cool, people.
are great.
Just be cool, please.
Thanks for watching. Until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Bye.